Hello, hi Princess Cassidy. Princess Cassidy, listen, this is going to probably be one of the videos where I'm going to just tell you quickly uh, my quick life story and how I met your mother, because I know that's every girl's little thing is, Daddy, 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 tell me how you met your mommy. Tell me how you met mommy. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do, Cassidy. I'm going to tell you quickly my life story, and then I'll tell you how I met mommy, and then we'll play it by ear. Where it leads us. Okay, I was born in New York City, Queens. Your grandfather William and your grandmother Eileen. I had three brothers. Well, I still have three brothers: William, James, and Edward. So that's your Uncle Bill, Uncle Eddie, and Uncle Jimmy. We grew up in Wantor. We moved out to Wantor, Long Island. Grew up in Wantor. Uncle Billy died September 24th, 1991, from inhaling Freon out of a car. He passed away. He was trying to get high. That's why I say stay away from all those drugs, alcohol, cigarettes. It's really, he was 18 years old. You're not invincible, Cassidy. You're not. Like it or not, things out there will harm you and fatally harm you. And it's not. And that's one of the reasons for these videos, because it can happen at any time. And stay away from those substances. There's enough stuff out there that's gonna hurt you. Don't ingest them yourself. Don't do it yourself. Okay? There's enough external factors out there that's gonna harm you. You don't need to ingest it yourself and cause yourself harm. So stay away from everything like that: drugs, alcohol, cigarettes. You can ask anyone. I drink maybe once a year. I'll have a beer, if that. Your grandfather's always trying to get me to drink. That's grandfather Pascuzzi in San Paulo. I drink like once a year. So stay away from it, Cassidy. We have history in our family of it, and I really don't want you to go down that path. Try to avoid it. Uncle Bill passed away because of it, and he didn't even think it was harmful. So I'm sure he didn't think it was harmful. You know, it wasn't like it was heavy drugs. It was Freon out of a car. Try to get a little high. It's like inhaling whatever, whippets, but you don't know what are yet. And you'll never find out what whippets are. Don't do any of that stuff. It may seem harmless, it's not harmless. Anything toxic going in your body, even helium balloons, anything toxic going in your body is not good for your lungs. Simple as that. If it's not meant to be there, don't put it in there. That's all. If it's not prescribed by a doctor, it's not meant to be in there, don't put it in there. It's never good. The only gas that really should be going in is oxygen. Even though it's only 21% of oxygen, it's really oxygen. You shouldn't be tampering with the air and what's going in your lungs. So just be cautious of that, Cassidy. So that was your Uncle Bill, died at 18, September 24th, 1991, like I said. You still have Uncle Jim and Uncle Ed. And Grandma McCarthy and Grandpa McCarthy. Grandpa McCarthy passed away in 2004, June 1st, 2004. It was their wedding anniversary. It was actually on the day of the wedding anniversary. They got married June 1st, 1968. June 1st, 1968, Grandma and Grandpa McCarthy got married, and Grandpa died June 1st, 2004. So that was kind of ironic, I think. He died of pancreatic cancer. He's fought it for a year and a month, which is a very long time for that type of cancer, and eventually he died. He did have an alcohol problem. He was an alcoholic. He quit 10 years before he died, and that's another reason why I say stay away from alcohol. It's just not worth it. It really isn't. Most of those places and drugs just take your money and leave you in a lot of pain. So it's really not worth it. Grandma right now is still alive. McCarthy, she's still alive. Uncle Jimmy is married to Aunt Jeanette, and they have two little boys, which are your cousins, Owen and Liam. And they will be your protectors, I think. I think they'll stick up for you and fight for you, for sure. And they're only 4 blocks away, 5 blocks away. If they're still 4 or 5 blocks away for 20 years from now, 18 years from now, who knows? But right now, as of today, they are. So they're very close. Hopefully you grow up together and are close. I expect you to be close to them. I would hope you are. And they'll stick up for you. And you have Uncle Ed, who is right now dating Uncle Jose. And like I said in the past, Mommy will explain that to you a few years when you're about 45. All that, who's dating who and how that happens. Hopefully Uncle Ed and Uncle Jose, maybe they'll get married one day. And maybe not. That's the quick family history, I believe. The only medical history I really have is asthma that you have to worry about, and they say I have a little bit of a problem called obesity. I don't see it though. I don't see any problem, but that's something you have to keep an eye on too. Watch your intake of food. It could get you in trouble. They say you get obese. I don't even know what that is, and I'm a nurse. Obesity? Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. But all joking aside, be healthy. Generally, we don't have heart disease. All my grandparents died of cancer. Just recently, we've been getting heart disease because we're starting to shake the cancer by not drinking or smoking or anything else. Now we're living a little longer, and we're having heart problems. Not me. Somebody else. The aunts, uncles, people living older now. My grandparents didn't last long. I don't even know what age. I think 48 was my grandmother and 70s was my grandfather. All cancer. And then my dad's parents, my grandfather McCarthy, grew up in an orphanage. He was a foster child. I don't even know what happened to his parents, to be honest with you. Maybe Grandma McCarthy will know. You could ask her. But he grew up in a foster child, so he didn't really know his parents. He had a rough life. Grandfather McCarthy had a very rough life. And he was a great man. He really was. He supported his family. He worked hard. Very hard worker. And he made the best of everything. He really did. He made you look at things in a different view. There's nothing. He could tell you something bad. They could tell you something bad, and he'll just turn around to spin it like it's good, and it's not so bad, and how it could be a lot worse, which is true. Things could always be a lot worse, Cassidy. No matter how bad your day is going, it could be 10 times worse. So embrace your day. He was in the Army. The other thing I want to point out is your Uncle Jim is the chief in the Navy. So if you decide not to go to college and you decide to go to military, or join or inquire about it, speak to your Uncle Jim about joining the military, which is absolutely fine if you want to do that too. Whatever you want to do, that's respected. It's very respected, especially if you're not going to go to college. You could always go to college after. You could join the military and then they'll pay for your college after. That's another option you have. I'm sure your mother won't be too happy about that. Try not to join They say try not to join in the middle of a war. Well, honestly, you could join, and 6 months in, a war could break out. So what's the difference? To me, I don't think there's much of a difference. I never joined. They wouldn't take me for asthma, and I don't think I really don't want to go anyway. Uh, I'm not. They say I'm not very physical. I don't know where they got this from, but I'm a smart guy. I'm not a very physical guy. And the other option is, what else was I gonna say? Oh, How I Met Your Mother. That's what I was gonna say, because the time might be running out. How I Met Your Mother. I'll tell you the true story. I usually make jokes like, "Oh, I met your mom at a taco stand or a 7-Eleven." How I Met Your Mother. I was working for Food Town. It's now ShopRite. I was working for Food Town. It's on 109 right here, Grace Neck Road, to supermarket. Who knows what's 10 years from now, but right now it's a ShopRite. I was working there as a manager. I was in charge of security. She was her first day there. She started working there as a cashier, and I picked on her. You know why I picked on her, Cassidy, right? You know why? Because I liked her. That's why I picked on her. You only pick on people you like. So I picked on her, and she hated me. She absolutely hated me. Hated me. So, then one thing led to another, and she started liking me. And then every time I go in there, she always put a smile on my face. Always. Always like to see her. She always smiling. She was a very, very, very pretty young lady. She was too young for me, though, Cassidy. I was 29. At the time she was 17. Too young. And I knew that. But she didn't care. She still chased me. Cassidy, I told her I was gay. I told her I was engaged to somebody else. I told her I had a girlfriend. She still came after me. She didn't really care. Cassidy, it's like she just saw her eyes on the ball, and she didn't let go of that ball. She kept going, ooh, 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 ooh. It's like crazy. She knew. That's why I'm saying she's a good judge of character with guys. She really is. If she tells you not to date someone, do not date them. I'm telling you now. She's a very good judge of character with guys. Women are never good judge of characters of other women. You guys are like nurses and they're young. Women are very mean to each other. I don't know why, but you're very mean to each other. You know when she gets along with Aunt Sammy? Other than that, she don't get along with other women. Christine, she gets along with. Chrissy, your neighbor, she gets along with. But any friends of mine that are women, she don't like. I can't be friends with a woman. I can't even be friends with a guy. I can't have any friends. She chases them away. I don't need any friends. I have your mother. That's all I need. But anyway, off the topic I got. So every day we see each other, we got a big smile on our face, and she kept chasing me, and then one day, that's 8454, she actually kissed me. Trust me, I wrestled with it for a long time, Cassidy, because of the age difference. But you know what? At the end of the day, she's now 24, married, has her own house, has her own career. I think she has a loving husband, and you're on the way. So I think her life turned out pretty well. I think she knew what she was getting herself into. She knew. She knew I wasn't a bad guy, and we had to trust her. I guess she wasn't so far off. Your grandmother, San Paulo right now, grandmother San Paulo, your mommy's mommy, still isn't too happy about it. She's actually said she's going to have you date someone 13 years older than you when you're 16, 17. If it turns out like her, I hope so. Would the guy treat you like I treated her? Then I hope so. Your mother's have a good life so far, I think, and my life improved 100 times since your mother's been around. She's like a lucky charm. Aunt Sammy and I always joke around. We keep her around because she's such a lucky charm. And that's pretty much how I met your mother. In the supermarket, and Your mom pretty much chased me the whole time. Pretty much, but at the end of the day I folded, and thank God I did, in young Princess Cassidy, because then you wouldn't be around. Alright, it's almost 15 minutes, I gotta go. Alright, I'll see you next video. Love you, bye.